And we are fucking back. Hello, everyone. And there's some weird pre-show going on. I don't care. I'm not... You know what? I'm gonna take... Let's, you know what? I want some nachos. I want to get some.
Nachos are good.
Oh, yeah, just, I'm gonna back in a second. Everything is fine, Levinson. I just, actually... I just grabbed some tortilla chips. In the best German way. Obviously, they're paprika flavored. Because that's how it goes. And there we go. And also I have some salsa. Because that's that. And we should probably just do some... Oh yeah, let's... you know what? Some PC gaming. Let's do this. Delicious.
It is my pleasure to welcome you to the PC Gaming Show 2024. Once again, I'm absolutely thrilled to be your host. My name is Sean Day9 Plot. We've got another great show for you, packed
So yeah,
with trailers,
very excited for this one,
and lots
actually.
of surprises.
They've been better,
Here
more or
is
less,
what I'm
over the
most
last years.
excited about. Joining me once again is the inimitable Mika Burton. Get in here, Mika. Come on in.
I'm on my way.
You know what?
Take it away.
I remember.
I am so glad to be here and be a part of this milestone in the history of
I remember
the PC
watching the
gaming
first
show.
one 10 years
Seriously,
ago,
like a whole decade
and it was
covering
painful.
the ever-changing landscape of PC gaming.
Not that,
and
you know,
all of the incredible
oh hey,
games
the
during that
announcements
time.
and such, it
That's
was just
pretty impressive.
stretched too long, too many interviews going for way too long, it was just so bloated.
And belittling me in public and still asking for V-Bucks in Fortnite.
Yeah, well, before we take a look at the future of PC gaming, let's get a bit nostalgic and take a look back at some of our favorite moments from the last 10 years of the show.
Oh, dude. Cue the emotive montage music.
Oh, it's so beautiful. Well, over the years, we've featured so many great games, some of which got their start right here on the PC Gaming Show. So, who remembers some of those gems?
I mean, I remember in 2021 when we turned a graphics card into a spaceship, or when we did various attempts to replace our host with artificial intelligence. It was an innocent time. We were so young and naive back then.
We sure were. And what about way back when the PC Gaming Show was live, and we had developers like Dean Hall and Warren Spector?
Oh right, they partnered with Epic Games
baby
once.
Dana.
People hated
I
it.
still look like that.
I mean,
And who could forget the PC Gaming Show 1969 live streaming from a surface of a little white rock that we call the moon?
hey, what?
Wow. I don't know if it's my dwindling oxygen levels or the fact that my internal organs are floating weightlessly
Okay,
around
what?
my body. Man, this game is making me feel very dizzy with excitement. Houston, anything new on the RPG front?
Hey, what?
Who could forget the PC Gaming Show 13?
They really want to be quirky like
a personal
developer,
favorite of mine.
don't they?
Now, for fans of sticks and pebbles, prepare to lose thy stools for sticks and pebbles too. Developed by peasants and published by Microsoft. Simply boil some water to access it on Steam.
Sean, you know some of those things
that was
didn't
funny.
really happen, right?
Oh, of course, Mika. I know I'm not an
You know
idiot.
what?
Moon
gonna say it.
landing, sure.
They kind of want to be SNL
Well,
Devolver
we have
Digital.
some more exciting
Yeah.
news. No anniversary show would be complete
Yeah.
without our favorite Brit and gaming goddess. It's none other than Frankie Ward.
Yeah. I mean, like the
It's great to see
boil
you
some water to
enjoying
get
it.
access on
And
Steam.
to
That
celebrate 10 years,
jet joke
I
was funny.
got us a little
Mm.
But I do think I speak for everyone watching when I say, could you two stop goofing around and just get to the trailers already?
Well, in a second, but Frankie,
Welcome back, Claire.
riddle
Yeah,
me
we've
this.
entered the low budget zone.
Why aren't you like here with us?
Well, I'm kind of expecting a pretty special delivery,
Oh, I get you. Big Amazon order.
Yeah,
Can't
makes
miss
sense,
those.
yeah.
Sometimes you have to sign.
right? Something a little more important. I'll be here with my unborn mind flare having a watch party. And I'm just gonna chill out here on the couch, have some snacks, and be on hand to jump in whenever the mood takes me. Also, why are you standing there like a couple of lemons anyway? You should take a page from my book and take a load off.
Yeah. A bunch of those jokes are just like, oh yeah, doing this one.
Hey, Frankie, I think you're onto something. I mean, this is way better.
Yeah, thank you, Frankie. And you know what? Thank you, chair scientists everywhere.
I'm glad you're both comfortable because we've got a great show today. Trailers to the most exciting upcoming PC games, exclusive.
You know how we
world premiere
Germans call these
announcements, brand new
jokes?
games, interviews, and behind-the-scenes looks at
Not
upcoming
funny?
releases
Schenkelklopfer.
and lots more.
But first, let's kick off this year's
Because, you know, it's
2024
that
PC
joke, you know,
Gaming
these
Show
certain
with
types of people
three
make,
world
who
premiere
just make them and then they slap their knee and laugh.
We go.
Yeah.
Okay. Now it's human eye boring. Give me back the blorbos. Those were cute. I want to play the blorbo. So it's a blorbo farming them.
Yeah, so it's Slime Rancher-ish.
It's... I was actually excited for a second to play the blorbo. I was like, oh god, I'm a fucked up furry ball. what will my thing? It's like, oh no, it's a farming sim. It's probably cute. It's probably cute and fine, but also like, sorry, my brain just thought about playing the blorbo, and now it's not, I'm not. It's like, oh.
Cozy Gaming.
Ah yes, cozy gaming. It's so cozy. I'm eating tortilla chips with salsa, so it's not cozy for my. Whoa, okay, that was interesting. The door was interesting. I'm eating salsa with tortilla chips, so it's not cozy for my intestines.
From the creators of Dorfromantik and Kurzgesagt comes a new game in space.
You mean sponsored by Bill Gates Foundation?
Meet the Starbirds. Help them claim nearby asteroids.
Sponsored by the Bill Gates
Build stuff.
Foundation?
You'll need to gather stuff. You'll need
To teach
connect
people how
stuff with
overpopulation is the
other
problem?
stuff to produce even
How
more
the
stuff.
WHO has to focus on
Advance your technology
preventing,
and reach for the
what
stars.
was it again? Lupus? No.
Explore countless asteroids.
Polio. Because that makes
They're
sense.
packed with resources and come in all shapes and sizes. Stay curious.
Oh yeah, these fuckers accepted money from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation.
Yeah.
Starbirds.
That was an
Solar system near you.
Amogus-shaped
Wishlist
asteroid.
Yeah.
now on Steam.
God. Also, then, just so you know, they accepted that money, and shortly afterwards, they left because they uploaded that one on their English channel. Because on the German channel, it was a partner channel of the German public TV, so they actually had to play by their rules. And shortly afterwards, they left them. So they're like, yeah, we want to be more independent. It's like, lol, LMAO. German public TV forced you to fact check more, I suppose. Oh, it's Pixel Kenshin. I mean, it is Pixel Kenshin, right?
Pretty much, yeah. Mm-hmm. I've never played Kenshi, but yeah, that's pretty much, yeah. That's
The vibes are similar.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
I don't think I'm gonna play it, but it looks really cool. Mm-hmm. The aesthetics are a vibe.
Wow, Lorne Vale looks great. Fantasy world with post-apocalyptic vibes, guns, but also magic. Sign me the heck up. And actually, Mika,
I don't like this
question
guy.
for you. What do you think you would become in a lawless fantasy world? Seriously.
Well, I could see myself as like a ruthless bounty hunter, blasting away hordes of enemies with a six-shooter, or maybe I'd become a silver-tongued traitor, you know, talking my way out
Yeah,
of dangerous situations.
bad.
Wait, but what about me?
Get to the trailers already.
You, I picture
stop talking.
a dead body, you know.
Oh,
yeah.
well, that
They
makes
might
sense.
show-
I mean,
they
I
might
would
show
die quickly.
Payday
People
3
have
stuff
always
now
said
that I
look
think
like
about it.
Disco Elysium bloated corpse.
Right?
You know what?
It really checks out.
They are
Well, in
updating the
Lorne Vale, it
game
looks
and
like both of
using
our
the Payday
visions
2 money for that,
match.
so...
Hey now, Sean, since we're talking about fantasy games, lots
I
of
like
them
Payday
let you
2.
practice alchemy,
I will
right?
stream the
Yeah, but
update,
how
because
about
I
a
have the gold
tycoon
edition
game
for
that
free.
lets you practice alchemy?
I just want to see if they're actually turning this around.
Is your clever wordplay indicative of me getting to brew my own beer?
You are so right, Sean.
That's the thing. If their first year is over and I can say the game is actually worth it,
Keep your monks happy and
That's good.
create your
Oh,
very
hello.
own ale recipes.
Oh, Mika, at last, a game that caters to my desire for medieval.
It's a game about beer. Shut up, show the
Pull
trailer.
out the barrels as we raise a goblet or two to Ale Abbey.
It's not a word premiere anymore if you talked about it beforehand. Also, this is very German. If it's set in England,
Guns.
burn it to the ground. Another Fallout Shelter-like. I mean, makes sense, honestly. Yeah, it's a Fallout
Yeah,
Shelter.
I'm buying
like.
this game.
That looks actually really fun. Yeah, in beer we trust. Damn right. We don't need those anymore for now. Still waiting for Dave Oshry to be cut off again by by Game. Because they've already said they will announce when the Gabagool is coming out. Are you excited for Gabagool?
I don't know what it is.
Fallen Aces. Yeah, it's basically another boom shoot immersive sim they're doing, but this time it's the 20s and you punch up mobsters.
Fantastic.
Mm-hmm. And they say Gabagool because, you know, the Gabagool.
I think it's time, Red.
I told you, my name is Ringo.
Okay.
Tell me again, how does this thing work?
You just have to combine the words. Like this.
Oh.
Can I just say one thing what I hate about these kinds of games? They're usually made by people who just have a very shallow understanding of of anime in general. They're just copying a style and some tropes, and that's it. There's no deeper jokes or meaning or anything, you know?
Yeah.
I've never seen stars like this
The mechanics
before.
seem interesting, at least. The
It
idea of
is. It
the-
is actually a fun.
Yeah.
It's a fun idea for an RPG. I won't deny that, but I don't.
Yeah.
I doubt it's going to go deeper
Yeah. Agreed.
because that's a problem. Okay. Most people have have at best seen one anime from the anime from the 90s, and it's usually Dragon Ball at best. Maybe Evangelion. Most have just seen Evangelion GIFs.
Coming up in the PC Gaming Show.
It's just
Also, I see that a teaser trailer for this game was out 2 years ago
oh.
for Wonder Stars. And there was a demo.
Hello.
Oh, hey Zep!
Hola.
Welcome! Wait. I didn't? Wait, Zep should... Oh yeah, you're visible. You're just not that well visible. How are you doing? Welcome to PC Gaming! They have a Fallout shelter like where you have, where you mention Abby and brew beer, and it's actually kind of cool looking.
I mean, there's a
Another
Fallout shelter
farming
like
sim?
everywhere.
Remember how that one Nintendo Direct a while ago was just farming sim after farming sim?
I don't remember, but I'm not surprised.
God.
This is just what if farming sim, but quirky trademark.
Also, I guess Factorio?
Yeah, because people
Why?
realized people found out like how
No,
popular
this
that
is
is.
more Fortnite.
Yeah,
I mean, this is a good building system, but
I do not vibe with this.
yeah, it's again, the Abbey? Yes, I see that.
Yeah.
I totally see that. The Abbey was fantastic. The rest is just right now...
Eh,
Again, the whole world system from anime is like...
it's
Yeah.
That
Like-
one 2D like Pixel Kenshi looked interesting.
So, I was beginning to think you'd never make it.
Like, here's the thing. If you want to make stuff about anime or Sentai, watch one series before the 80s.
To you, these centuries
One of them.
passed in an instant.
Understand where it's coming from. Else you're not able to do that. Because too many things, you know, parody quote-unquote tropes they read online, which are already just word of mouth from jokes from people who, you know, you learn from people who made jokes that actually saw the series, who don't know where those earlier, you know, base tropes and jokes came from.
You could even get away with just not even having to like limit it to before the 80s. You can literally just look at any anime from the 2000s.
It's just
And
like
you'll still,
most
like,
just
get-
want to make this anime art style from the 80s, but oh, it's a Gabagool game.
Wait, that's with the 2.5D
Yeah.
boomer shooter.
Yes. Instant boomer shooter.
Oh yeah.
You haven't seen that? I streamed the demo.
When was that?
It was like, I think 2 Steam Next Fests ago. And like,
I don't know if I was around.
if you kick someone and they get a knockout, it plays a good sound like from one drops next Friday. Woo! Something I have to play before streaming again. Oh.
Alright.
Woe be upon ya. Woe be upon ya.
So, how about you, good fella? Are you ready to get your
Are
knuckles
the Steam Next Fest yearly?
Well, Mika, I'd rather use a lead pipe. You know,
God, no, they made it cringe. No.
Okay, well, good news, Sean. You will recognize our next game, Stormgate, a real-time strategy game.
Oh, it's the
It
ex-Blizzard
has a
thing.
big StarCraft vibe, which is not surprising since it's being made by a team of former StarCraft
like,
developers. And hey, Sean.
Yeah, the game, they're like, they're from ex-StarCraft, and it looks like Warcraft.
Oh, yes,
Should you
I
tell
played
everything
maybe
about
even
people
3
know
hours.
what everything about people know about RTS?
No, they're being purposely cringe.
Heads up, because with Stormgate,
Yeah,
we've got a
they
lot
should just.
more
I
than
would
just a
wish just they
trailer.
wouldn't
We
do that.
visited
Like
the
for 1
developer
year,
Fox
just as a
Science
joke,
Studios
just
for a close
cringe
look at their new
before
art.
and afterwards.
cringe
To
is
get
still
those hand
cringe.
stretches going, prop up your gaming
Purposely
chair
cringe
and
is
stay
still cringe.
hydrated. Prepare to do battle in Stormgate.
Yeah, like I've only been around for a little more than a year, so those two Next Fest ago, then I wouldn't have seen it.
Civilization. They engaged in battle with their sworn enemies, the Celestial Armada.
Obviously,
An
angels.
angelic form merged with advanced technology. The Celestials fight unlike anything we've seen, harnessing both light and darkness.
Oh wow,
Oh.
They have new ways
upgraded.
to mine resources and centralized army production.
They fight like unlike everything you've ever seen, with light and darkness. Oh, you mean that one faction from
Energize their army
Earth at
and
War?
enhance their abilities.
The Universe at War. You mean
I
that
have
one?
that. I have that game on disc.
The Celestial
I know,
Armada
we
is
also
It is
have it.
Games for Windows Live.
Yes,
battleground.
that's why we're not playing it.
It's just getting
But, like,
started.
Unlike everything you ever seen. Oh, just with like that one faction I've seen in an RTS already. Still, it is wild that everyone's saying, no, this is from StarCraft devs. Looks like Warcraft.
This dying alien race that is moving
So
through
it's
the
from the
galaxy,
Blizzard
and
RTS
they are
devs.
ancient beings that stretch back to the origins
Yeah, but
of
the game
universe itself.
looks more
And
in
everything
terms
from
of
their
flow and
beings
stuff like
to their
Warcraft.
civilization to where they live is
Yeah.
technologically driven. And we love playing into that mechanically with how they express themselves on the battlefield in the game. With each faction that we develop, we start with a core identity. The Vanguard, we have this plucky human resistance. They're about adaptability, and with the Infernals, we really explored the idea of a unit-focused faction that could have a different way of summoning their troops into the battlefield. With the Celestials, when we started out, we really wanted
So you mean
to
Zergs.
push a lot of boundaries. And we thought, how can we make a building-focused faction? And also a faction that introduces map-wide mobility. They are anchored by this idea that they're descending into the atmosphere from the Celestial Armada. And so when you're playing as this faction and can build structures all across the map.
Oh, you
in
mean
different
like
places
in
very
Earth
easily,
2150
in
with
many
the Lunar
ways,
Corporation.
It becomes this strategic dance about where the conflict is playing out on a map.
This
So we've kind of
presentation is
shifted the
not
focus onto the
being helped by the fact that we
themselves.
actually played
There's
a lot of
gonna be a lot
RTS.
of emergent
doesn't it?
gameplay that
But yeah,
players will discover
it
on
is
their own
of
that we are not
2150,
planning for. And
the
that's
Lunar
actually what
Corporation.
we want from the Celestials. Is we want to give players
And you know
a
why the
bunch
Lunar
of options,
Corporation is
a bunch
better?
of flexibility and a bunch of interesting toys to play with.
They're
and
all
then
women.
See what comes out the other side. And if you're the
Yes,
type
I
of
rest my
player
case.
that really likes coming up
They-
with
they
an
literally-
innovative way to
the Lunar
outsmart
Corporation,
opponents, the
the
Celestial
whole
faction
story
is
is
designed
they
for
settled
you.
on the moon,
With Celestials, we've
and then due
really
to
done
I guess
something
space
that
stuff,
is
man
pure
died
original
out,
thinking from this
and so
team
it's
that
just
is
women
not
now.
something that we've seen
And they
before
kind of
in
hint that
a
yeah, they
real-time
reproduce.
strategy game.
Just like
And it
so, I
took
guess
a
they're
lot
all
of
hermaphroditic
iteration
women,
to get to
which
the
is
point
best
that
faction.
it felt balanced and where it felt correctly comparable to the other two races.
Stormgate is a Blizzard-style RTS. And so by saying
No
that
shit!
we're continuing
Oh,
the legacy
God.
of Warcraft and StarCraft,
No
we're
shit!
really looking at that core RTS experience. But we really believe that even within a Blizzard-style RTS, there's a lot of room to innovate, and there's a lot of creative boundaries that can be pushed to bring new styles of play and new experiences
here's an
for
idea.
players.
How about
and
you
so
push
we
those
are
boundaries?
really excited about bringing a lot of new ideas into
Here's
the
the thing
genre.
I'm gonna say.
We want you to have this
I don't want to
asymmetric
shit on the
experience
devs,
where playing one
but
faction
seeing
or
all
another
these
faction
things
really
being
feels
said
almost
that
like a different
this is
game
new and
entirely.
exciting.
Our
And I've seen
technology
them
runs
in
at a
so
higher
many
tick rate than any
RTS
real-time strategy game that's
beforehand.
ever come before. In a nutshell, essentially what that means
It just
is,
kind of
as a player,
solidifies my
the
idea that
time
these are
between
people
clicking and seeing their actions
that
take
make
place
this
is faster
game,
than any other RTS game that's really ever come out. As a
because
player, it just feels
it's the easiest
really,
thing they
really
could
good to
do
play.
by just copying
One
stuff
of
they
the
know.
biggest design challenges that we face
And it
with
will,
Stormgate
you know, to
is
pay the
creating
bills
a game
fast.
that maintains the high skill gameplay that
Because
has
just
been
remember,
the heart of RTS for so long.
Other
I will
people
say
don't
this.
provide
Here's my
runway
opinion on this.
for new players coming in.
This has
that
failed as an
doesn't scare
asymmetric
them
game
away.
because there's
It's
only 3
okay to
factions.
be a high skill game. It's actually a good and appealing thing. We
Okay,
never want to
that's a-
water down
that's a
that
take.
aspect of RTS. but
Because
we talk a lot
you've
about
essentially created
lowering
just
the
3
skill
different
floor,
games.
which means making it more
It looks
approachable for
bland.
new players coming in without
Again,
taking
this is a
away the
game
high skill
that they
elements of
made
the game that
fast
make
to
RTS
capitalize
so
on the fact that
Early access
they're explicit
is
as
much
making an
more
RTS.
about bringing the
Keep in
community
mind,
along with
Frost
us and
Giant,
benefiting from that
okay,
feedback that the community
is
provides
also
us
working on
to
an
really
RTS.
make the game
And then have,
what
you know,
people
Frost Giant, so
us
the
they
other
want.
ones,
We've been having
Dreamhaven was,
conversations
I
with the
think.
community, and together, hopefully,
You know,
we
a different
really
set
are able to
is also
craft
working on an
something
RTS.
that feels
Like, it's a completely
collaborative.
different studio.
We're sharing it at
But
a
their
much
lead
earlier
dev
stage than
is Dustin
any game
Browder.
that we've worked on in the past. But it
If
is
you know a
better way to
single
make
bit about
games. I
RTS,
believe that
you would
Stormgate,
understand
as it
what this
evolves,
means.
will turn into
This is
something
Coughing
that
Baby versus
literally the
Hydrogen
best
Bomb.
game that we've ever worked on.
Because
as
Dustin
a
Browder
result.
was the lead designer on StarCraft 2.
We hope you've enjoyed
And
this
the lead designer of
exclusive
On Command &
first
Conquer
look at the
Generals.
Celestial faction.
And
Stormgate's
Battle for
free to
Middle
play.
Earth.
It's available to everyone. It will be launching
So,
fully into early access on August.
You see what I mean with
But you
why
can
I'm not
join us
waiting for
before
his
then on
game,
July
not
30th
theirs.
by going to Steam and picking up one of our bundles that's available
Also, he did
today.
MechWarriors 2 Mercenaries, so yeah, I'm not, you know, I'm not shaming devs for saying
douse me in
we're using the
ethereal light,
name that we
mine my
have,
minerals.
you know,
I'm
worked at
beyond
Blizzard and we're
excited.
making an RTS that looks like
Hey,
a Blizzard
Sean,
RTS.
If you're excited
To
for
pay the
RTS
bills,
madness,
but
wait until you hear this. I've been using
It looks
pretzels
very
to scoop up my
bland.
ice cream instead of a spoon.
Will I try
Pretzels.
it?
They're like
Yes.
spoons you can eat.
Don't
Solid
expect,
logic,
don't
Frank,
expect a
but
lot though.
Why are you telling me this now?
It's strategy, Sean. Optimum watch party strategy. No spoons, nothing to wash later. Get it? Here is another example. Let's say someone knocks on my door during the watch party. A regular person would get up and answer the door, but me? I just hurl this brick through my front window, and whoever was knocking runs away in terror. Bricks. They're like spoons you can throw.
I feel like I'm really starting to get you, Frankie. A window brick sounds totally overpowered. I think you're onto something.
My point is this. It's a really exciting time for strategy games on PC, and we've got so many more to show you today, starting right now. All you turn-based
What's the whole
tactics
point of
fanatics
those
out
2
there
bits?
do not want to miss this next one.
Okay.
An XCOM type game?
Labor set against Capital. Okay.
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 I'm interested.
Mass Tactics?
Hooded Horse. Okay, Hooded Horse is a good sign.
Oh. Base building.
Oh,
That's. Wait.
develop.
Wait. That's Jagged Alliance like. That's Jagged Alliance. That's fucking Jagged Alliance.
Weapon customization.
What?
They showed weapon customization.
Yeah, that's Jagged Alliance. That looks fun.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Rain deformation. Okay, yeah, I'm on board.
Yeah, actually. And another cat battler. I'm not interested.
I cannot stand what cart battlers have done to the games industry.
Oh god, yeah, card battlers are just so many. There were novel ones, but even then it was more like, god damn it, we already see you scraping the barrel.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen a number of games where it's like, oh, this premise and all, like, everything looks interesting. And then I see the card battler thing and I'm like, you completely ruined the game now.
Yeah.
This is Into the Breach, the card battler.
Yep.
Why do you need to add card battling to that? Again, card battling was novel once or twice.
Because Hearthstone made too much money.
Who stopped playing these?
I mean, the aesthetic is cool, I will say. That's about it.
When the demon looked upon the earth, it was the look
Card
of death.
battlers are what mobile
is
games.
really trying to summon a demon from another dimension.
Oh, more evil Nazis.
The primary mission is to sabotage Kamla's operation at any cost. A splendid hiding
Wilhelm!
place.
Yeah.
How about a little switcheroo?
You got equipped with thinamajigs too.
You're not the only one with tricks up your sleeve.
Isn't that just Strange Brigade again?
Traversing the rooftops.
It's Lamplighters League, but...
Lamplighters League, yeah.
Fine.
Lamplighters League World War II, yeah.
It's an incredibly complicated
It would be so funny if this actually is Lamplighters League again.
Impressive.
Terrifying.
It has its uses.
I've got glimpses of a strange machine he's been working on. I have no idea
Really?
what it does.
We'll keep it simple then. Stab and shoot our way to the off button.
I feel like they're trying to go for like a Borderlands style thing.
Bit?
Visually, yeah.
He said that a career in archaeology would be uneventful.
Okay.
Devolver Digital.
It's Devolver. Wild that there's another Lamplighters League coming.
Tactics, a ragtag group of scientists, and a werebear. What
Okay,
a
honestly,
world premiere trailer.
I'm down
And
with this.
Speaking of trailers,
Honestly,
Mika, we've had a ton of
probably
them on the
someone
PC
is
Gaming
screaming
show
in the
over
pillow
last
if
10
this
years.
game
You
succeeds.
want to hear some stats?
Oh my god, is Master Chief a Covenant killing machine?
Has and always will be, Mika. And in the first 10 years of this show, we piped into your hungry little eyeballs over 79,018 seconds of exclusive PC gaming content, streaming in a plethora of languages and regions.
And that's not all, Sean. We have worked closely with developers to provide exclusive behind-the-scenes content and showcase some of the most exciting games of the past decade, all of which can be found over on our Steam page.
Indeed, and hey, how about a few more of those stats?
Ooh.
According to chat, a whopping 98.7% of viewers tuned in live right now want us to hurry up and get on with the next trailer. So hey, can't argue with facts.
Honestly, they should really make 1 year now. Next year, just where he's not cringe. Just to show they can.
No one was even saying, like, get on with the next trailer.
Yeah.
You know we like to make things that are weird, uplifting, and fun. With those things in mind, I cannot wait to show you our brand new expressive dance battle adventure, All Systems Dance. All Systems Dance takes the fun of freely dancing and moving through a space, combines it with some tense arena combat and a heartfelt and funny story, all in the name of taking down an evil corporation. Look, we wanted to make a game about dance because,
Why is he out of breath?
well, we're not the greatest dancers. I'm not. But that doesn't matter. The thing about dance is that everyone can dance, and if everyone can dance, and
I think
dance
he's
is really
probably
the
been
save the
dancing.
world, then
Yeah.
maybe
That's
everyone
random
can
guess.
save the world.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let the teaser speak for itself, but please go to allsystemsdance.com for more information. Thank you for watching this, for being a part of this with us, and remember, the revolution will not be choreographed.
Okay.
Welcome to Port Tomorrow, a perfect place for every Whoosh citizen to work, socialize, and relax. We here at Whoosh have thought of everything, so you never have to.
don't believe their marketing and don't believe their messaging. This is the face of Whoosh. Look around. We are all trapped here on this island. We are being watched and we have to fight back. I know they outnumber us, but we've discovered their weakness. Their weakness is dance. Dance reprograms them. Dance makes them see us as more than just a number on a spreadsheet. You have to dance. You have to dance like your life depends on it. Take back control, free yourself, and feel the movement. The revolution will not be choreographed.
It felt like some kind of that's like buzzword the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not Max.
Really? Not Max? I keep saying, if you make Mad Max-inspired games that are just car combat and action game pieces, you didn't understand Mad Max.
Yeah. Indeed.
The aesthetic is still nice.
Yeah, I know. It's just
not Max.
Mm.
No, yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
It is cool.
I mean, it seems like it's more. It seems like they're only just going for the aesthetic of that.
Yeah.
It's not even like a full. Oh, we're designing after Mad Max. It's just like a small bit. What?
Okay. Oh, someone tries to make weird guns.
Honestly, I'm down with that.
I get it.
So long as they make some kind of sense and not like Starfield's guns.
I mean, at the very least, we'll probably get the Royal Armory videos about this maybe. But I enjoy those.
Yeah. Unique, yeah.
I saw a video of some guy like taking down all the Bethesda guns basically, and why they suck.
We've detected the anomalous presence in the Iron Corridor area. We need you to localize it and contain it.
Oh look, American Stalker.
There's a lot of blue and red activity there, too.
Oh, that thing? Wait, what the fuck was that thing called? That was like...
Okay, it's Russian again.
Yeah. Like, that triangular helicopter was a concept design by the Soviets.
Hmm. Okay.
I believe.
Okay, what is going on now? This is a survival crafting game again.
Atlas, do you copy? Respond, Atlas.
Okay.
Oh.
Could be interesting.
I would probably say it is. Given the style of backpack, I assume survival crafting.
Wait, listen. Let's say you find yourself face to face with a huge mutant super soldier whose arm has been replaced by a chainsaw.
Okay.
What do you do?
Well, if I were a mad scientist working for an evil mega corporation, you know, like you do, I would probably replace its other arm with a grappling hook.
Oh my god, perfect, because that means you would fit right in at Tripwire Interactive, who have been working for years to bring us the next installment in the 24 series. Now, for those of you who didn't know, the franchise has been a huge staple of the PC.
Anti-abortion Christians.
Inception back in 2015, Tripwire have actually been at
There.
9.
Everyone who had some kind of interest in this game,
The upcoming
I ruined it.
Players will face off against a new upgraded generation of Zeds in this long-awaited co-op horror FPS.
And the Zeds aren't the only things that have gotten an upgrade. To learn more, we visited those mad scientists at Tripwire Interactive.
You mean the
for this
music is even
exclusive
more
look at the
Christian?
guns and gore of Killing Floor
Talking
3.
about how they can't protect their women, are not allowed to protect women anymore.
Who's ready for a bit of fun then?
Oh, back to Britain.
I see they decided to go lazy with the character design.
Frankly, Killing Floor is older than nearly all of those games, all of the other games that copied from them.
Yeah.
Like, Killing Floor was a fucking mod for Unreal Tournament, I think? 3? And then they
No,
made...
I was just saying that the design for the character, for the player,
Yeah.
not seem very intuitive. Not intuitive, it just looks boring.
There are multiple characters you can unlock, actually. So why is there still... Are there still Zeds around?
Might find a way.
I suppose so.
Action horror would be the thing that we focused on from the beginning with Killing Floor 3. It was really about science gone wrong. I mean, even like, look at this set, right? As a kid of the 80s and 90s, I just loved the Dark Horse Aliens and Predator comics. There were some elements in there about trying to create biological weapons set in a thematically dystopian themed world. So we wanted to tie that in. But from Predator and Aliens, one of the things that you see the most is basically a group of well-trained badasses who have to use every single bullet, every single grenade, every single weapon to handle the things that they're being faced with, these kind of insurmountable odds. Those moments are what motivate us, and that's when Killing Floor is at its best.
There's just a combination of just so many small elements that we've improved over Killing Floor 2 experience. We've increased the amount of Zeds that are in the world at one time, so the battle feels way more epic.
We knew we wanted Zeds to become more challenging. We're increasing how they get to you, how they damage you, so the cone of danger has essentially increased dramatically. Anywhere on screen Zeds can be, so I have to kind of keep my head on a swivel and really learn how to prioritize my targets. It's not essentially what's closest to me, but what can get to me faster, what's going to do more damage. It's just more ways to kind of amplify not only the action, but that horror element as well in KF3.
We have like very detailed hit detection system now, and you can blow off any limb. Every bullet hole that hits it stays there permanently.
And
exactly where you burn the creature
expensive.
is where you'll see its flesh burned. We actually have Zeds where you can blow limbs off and they'll keep fighting you if it's not a critical spot of that Zed.
Most of our Zeds have somewhat of a critical zone on it. So certain Zed tech, like on the flesh pound, on his back, on his chest, they'll glow. If you shoot that, it will explode off and expose like an inner critical zone that when you shoot will kind of deal the ultimate killing blow to that Zed.
That helicopter concept, honestly.
One thing that's always felt
like
great
if there was,
in Killing
if
Floor is
I
shooting
can't
things
find
in
the
head.
page where I
We
like
wanted there to be
read about it, like more
variety
information.
when you do that.
But
Their
from what I
heads are
remember,
made
it was
up of
meant to
multiple
be
meshes so
like
that
a
it
super
can
heavy-duty lift
essentially
helicopter
open
for
and
doing in Siberia.
randomizes what that head could
for
look
transporting like heavy
There is
industrial
the
material
opening shot
into
of
Siberia where there was
Day of
no
the Dead,
infrastructure.
where there's literally just a
Aeronautics wise,
and maybe
I
like a few teeth hanging
see
there.
why people
We're
think
very
it
big
would work in
horror
theory,
fans.
but in
There's kind of,
practice,
like,
I think
little
that
Easter
does
eggs
not
throughout
seem
everything.
reasonable at all.
That impact and that feedback
Yeah,
and
better
that
build a
variation
railway line,
makes shooting
honestly.
things in the head feel incredibly rewarding. We hope you enjoyed that exclusive look at Killing Floor 3. For more information, visit killingfloor3.com and wishlist now.
What a beautifully twisted and nightmarishly gory game. I've already added it to my wish list, and look at this, Mika.
Oh.
I've also been in their Discord for 3 weeks.
Sean, that is the Discord for Cleaning Floor 3, the mopping simulator.
Oh, I mean, I was kind of wondering why there was so little chat about killing Zeds and so much about preventing streak marks on kitchen floors.
All right, let's leave Zeds behind because in our next game,
Oh,
there
they're
is
so
a
unfunny.
different type of mob filling the streets. Thousands of screaming sports fanatics. You can manage traffic, security, and logistics for athletes and fans in football tycoon game Kappa City. Here's the world premiere trailer.
This city is about to experience a football game that could be the greatest it has ever seen. You are responsible for how it will go down in history. Get ready to host the biggest clubs from all around the world. You will have to manage every single detail. Prepare for thousands
Really
of
got their
fans swarming
licenses?
your city. Filling the streets with
I
energy
mean, after
you can
FIFA
only
dropped
get from football
licenses,
fever.
I'm not surprised that
But remember,
I guess
safety is a top priority.
other games are getting them more easily.
It's all in your hands. Can you find the right balance?
The fans are getting excited, but the pressure on the organizers is rising.
Can you give them what they want?
I mean, I guess.
Night they will remember forever. Everything comes down to your decisions.
This is not how they're getting mode. You know what? It's kind of amazing
This is
how
interesting.
it's kind of amazing how lame they show these fans, especially just weeks after the there was the DFB Pokal finals here in Berlin, and second league club Kaiserslautern made one hell of a fucking choreography. If you saw the picture I posted, they literally got a gigantic ass devil with a pot cooking all the other clubs in it, just up in the stadium.
So they only have like 6 or 7 clubs.
What?
They don't have a. Looks like they don't have a full license. They just have
certain clubs.
Yeah. Which
yeah. Wait a second. I'm posting it in the main channel, so you understand what I mean with. These fans were built differently, and if you're having a football manager, you need to have pyroworks and shit also in that. Yeah,
I mean,
look at this. This is a second league club.
Yeah, that's not unusual. I'd say. I mean, it's definitely like quite over the top in a good way.
Oh yeah, it's kind of amazing.
Yeah.
That's the shit when
I mean, when you get a focused enough and passionate enough fan base, these kinds of things happen on their own. And it's easy to get a very passionate. It's not that difficult to get a very passionate fan club for a.
What is this game?
Or locally focused team. Looks like a music puzzle.
I guess.
Like a rhythm game puzzle thing.
I just realized they probably want to make Patapon in that. But it's not Patapon. You know Patapon?
Only by name.
Patapon is amazing. It's Patapon. It's just because their attacks are also Patapon and stuff. So like, oh god.
Clown.
Hey,
Are you ready
what?
to play awesome games in my own fantasy megaverse? I hope I never wake up.
Yeah, but Patapon is first Patapon is mandatory in my opinion. Honestly, they should port Patapon to PC. People would fucking love it here.
You do know about PC Game Pass, right?
PC Game Pass? What's that?
It's a membership that lets PC players play new and immersive PC
games.
So I guess Microsoft really just spent a lot of money on insane cringe to promote the We Kill Games at Launch pass.
New releases, along with a curated library of PC games.
Oh no, they remade it there. It's a remake.
And it's crammed to the gunnels with exclusive member benefits and discounts. It's I'm a human instead of a ripped dream elf, then I'd use it to try games and buy them for less. Huzzah! Sick! Can I play with my friends? Ask them yourself! Huzzah! Cool! Multiplayer! So it's a gaming membership designed specifically for PC players, and you get all these awesome features for a low monthly price? Exactly! You even get exclusive
Don't call it a low monthly price. It's not.
Thanks, guys.
It's not.
As soon as
Yeah,
I wake up,
it's
I'm
just
going
there to rip you off.
It's literally a dream come true.
It's like what, $12 now?
Yeah.
Better, even.
It's just ripping you off. Also, it kills games at launch, especially PC indie games. It just
It's
does.
not often I get to say this, but that terrifying clown and his admittedly cute friends really know what they're talking about.
Oh, they sure do, Mika.
Yeah, but
They'll
they'll talk about games that are on Game Pass,
So true.
like
Well, let's keep the show rolling with some more
Manor
trailers.
Lords, and be like, that's an example. See, it doesn't kill games; it helps them. And like the only response I have is that's an exception. That's a weird situation. Because
Yeah,
Manor
most-
Lords is an insanely good game.
Also, most gamers probably didn't know it. People didn't know it wasn't there because many bought it on Steam. Many bought it on Steam, actually.
Well, so Manor Lords had a pretty low production budget, and
a lot of hype
Yeah.
around it for a long time.
Yeah, so I feel like it definitely slipped through the cracks. Many didn't expect it to be on there.
For Strange Scaffold, the studio behind El Paso elsewhere, we're making a covert revenge thriller FPS about a secret agent turns down one last job too many and gets hunted across
What? El
North
Paso
American wilderness by
elsewhere?
the military-industrial complex. And I was like, hey, can I shoot this promo here? And they said, well, it's Texas, of course we can hunt you. And I said, what's that?
What?
The one thing the games industry needs more than a corporation that gives a shit about developers and their players is wasp slander. Now, I could tell you about how Strange Scaffold, the studio behind El Paso elsewhere, is making an exciting new action game, but if you get anything
They're
out of
already
this next
making a new
trailer,
game?
I hope it's that wasps are evil bastards and they should be shot on sight. Thank you.
Where are you hiding? The more you hide, the more agents we send. And the more agents we send, well, come on out, you big bitch.
Okay.
Wait,
What?
no!
I've got hiding.
Okay. Is this Hotline Miami? Hotline Miami gear-like? Yeah, this seems like someone... Metal Gear Solid 3, but it's
Super
Hotline
hot.
Miami.
Yeah, and super hot, kind of, with the weapon throwing.
Oh, I mean, you also throw them in Miami a Beast. Yeah, the El Paso Elsewhere was wild, and I still need to play it. It was the most Max Payne game to ever Max Payne.
But we rose piece by piece. Night.
Tower building?
I guess.
They broke us once.
I mean, I like this kind of game. It's just that there's hardly any games that are good in this genre.
Carved from stone.
Kind of they are billions vibes a
And
little
with
bit.
this stone,
Yeah.
we will rebuild.
I mean, it looks nice.
Coming up in the
Yeah.
PC Gaming Show.
Oh, that was Core Keeper, I think. Oh god, that RTS, remember? Oh,
It's not StarCraft. Oh yeah, that one. Yeah,
the other
yeah,
one,
that-
it's not
yeah, no,
StarCraft. It looks also so bland.
Yeah, is that the one where they said, "Oh yeah, we're going to cut out the magma base building to make it more accessible to player don't play
I am-
RPGs?" And we're like, yeah.
Any RTS that has like that kind of art style is just an instant. I'm not paying attention to it.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's late. It says the developers were lazy and they didn't.
You know what I hate the most about it? Because people are like, but this is how StarCraft looked, and I just sit there and be like, no, StarCraft 2 has a lot of detail. Lot more detail.
Yeah.
And even if they are accurately saying like, oh, it's like StarCraft, I don't want that. I want them to do something new.
Yeah. And even then, like, it's either looking like StarCraft or Heroes of the Storm is closer to that, and even Heroes of the Storm has more detail in it. Just another extraction game. So
yeah, this one has had a version out for a while. Like I've seen some Let's Plays of it. It's look kind of interesting,
Oh,
but still
this
extraction
game, yeah.
studios. No, nah, yeah.
I've seen some good stuff about this.
Yeah.
It's like
it's probably not bad.
It's not limited
I've seen
playability.
Remy's
everybody?
video on it.
I'm Tasteless, and I am joined with David, Kim, and Artosis. Today
got-
we're going to be
and from what I've
talking
seen,
to you
it's got
about a
some,
very exciting new game,
like,
Battle Aces. A
Why does the
balanced
guy on the
action
right look
RTS.
like he's a
Yeah, so
weirdly
let's get right into
weird
it.
PNG?
So this first building that you
Just-
see right here is my core. This is where my units train out of. And also, if I lose the core, then I lose the game.
It seems like in this game you can expand like within seconds of it starting. Is that correct?
Yeah, so right when the game starts, you have enough resources to either expand, tech, or build an army to attack with.
You know, something that we keep seeing show up on this screen right now is that intelligence bar. This is one of my favorite things about Battle Aces, where you can immediately see not just your unit deck, but your opponent's as well, and start strategizing from the get-go.
For sure, and not only that, I can also see
Yep,
the
and
precise
that makes it harder for new
progress of my
people.
opponent and vice versa too. So we can
This
strategize.
really
very
got the
precisely
sound
in this
effects.
game.
So with these unit decks, you can make almost any combination
see,
of units.
there's
How
the
many
problem.
units
The
exactly
fact
are
that
in the game
intelligence
Battle
is a
Aces right now?
free thing
Yeah, so
that
we have
you
45
get at the
units
beginning
planned
of a
for the
match
closed
is
beta,
kind of dumb.
But we'll be adding new units every single season.
Like,
so the possibilities of strategy.
If you want to
will be
include
infinite.
intelligence into the
Now, I
game
notice,
flow, then
here on the
you need
intelligence
to.
bar, you can see
I mean,
you're teching up,
then,
your
like,
opponent is taking
maybe
that faster third
Can I say
base.
one thing?
And
Can I
I
say
see
one
you're
thing?
playing like a very
One
defensive,
base
tech-oriented game,
kind
whereas
of
your
game
opponent is playing a
can
bit more
work,
fast-paced, right? Like he's running around, he's doing the
but this
attacking
isn't the
while you're doing the
revolution. This is
defending.
just Dawn of War
What can you tell
2
us about the
in
different types of strategies
boring.
that can be used for different players?
Dawn of War
So
2
in
was
this
at at
specific
least
game, I'm
really
trying to
fucking
show
weird
off a
units.
more easier way to play. So
This
you'll
looked like a
notice that I'm
mobile
not really
game.
clicking all that much.
Yeah.
It's
just a
so
fucking
my
mobile game.
basic strategy is in tier 1, I have these recall units that can teleport back
This
to
looks-
any of my
this
bases,
looks
making
like
it a
shit.
very easy
This
defensive
looks so-
option. And I'm
This
straight
game looked like garbage.
that are very
Fuck.
strong at harassing enemy bases and expansion.
Really, the next evolution
Now,
of
game timers and
RTS? This looks
is not like a new thing. But what's interesting about
Oh,
this
we don't
one
want
is
base
that
building.
game
Then
is
play
done
Dawn of
now.
War
What's
2.
the
It's
story
at
with
least
that?
fun.
So we have a max game limit of 10
Oh,
minutes in
this
this
game already?
So when the timer reaches
You know what?
zero,
You know what's
then
funny in Dawn
the
of War
game
2?
will
You can
end.
actually have a
And the
vehicle
winning
and
player
just
is
block a
whoever has
point,
the
and it's
higher
just
score, when that
a
happens.
mess and
Now,
chaos,
we
and
noticed
it's
that
fun.
the two king crabs you have, they seem to be on a stealth mission here. It seems like you're skirting the bottom
This
of
is
the map,
so-
maybe going up for a little bit of harassment.
Those
a little
animations
bit
are
of,
awful as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
What
sure.
is
So
this?
The animations don't even like
so that I can
the
take down one
leg
of these
speed
bases,
movements.
hopefully.
Don't
Also,
even
you should
happen.
kill the
Let's play
harvesters, you
defensive
idiot.
game, but the enemy noticed that, and because he can't, he was kind of off position. That's why he went all in on my third base.
Yeah, it looks like he will end up killing off your third base here, and in fact brings in a huge
This is so
army,
disconnected and
but
shit.
It looks like you will defend, unfortunately losing that third base.
Yeah, but I do have a bigger army, and I was able to save those 2 king crabs and bring them back. So
It's
I'm
really
feeling
just
pretty good
skirmish
about
shit.
this massive attack right here.
Yeah, it looks like you're pushing
God, this
forward,
looks
and
so
that is a very
boring.
scary army with that many king crabs.
Oh,
Let's see how
God.
you
What
end
was
up
this?
doing.
Leg
It does look like it's
they
going to end up
had
being
leg
a rout,
animations
even
going while they
taking
were
down
standing
flying
still.
units there. Looks like you've
What?
done a great job this game, David. And you know, I gotta say, guys, I've played a
No.
lot.
We
of
should
Battle
definitely play
Aces,
Wano at
and
some
if
point.
you
It
want
looks
a
way
more
more fun.
in-depth look at
Anyway,
the high skill
I still need that game though
available,
before we
check
do
it out
that.
at playbattleaces.com.
God.
And we'll be starting our beta very soon, in a few weeks. So please make sure to sign up for the beta.
Yeah, the beta. So
And
no
be
one
sure to
is
wish list it on
gets
Steam.
even tricked into
Thank you so
buying
much
your
for
game.
joining us. That's all the time we have. Day 9.
Is there
back
some
to
kind of
you.
law prohibiting RTS games to having nice art? No, the reason they don't have nice art is the reason that everyone who can actually make RTS with passion is not either in the industry anymore or has
brother that refers to me.
they're forced to make different games. Okay, that's it. That's the fucking it. Or no. The ones that are still doing it, Eugene Systems, Wano and shit, they look good.
An RTS fan. And with the
Wargame
lightning
and
fast action
Wano
of
and stuff
its
looks good.
1v1 and 2v2
Yeah, but
modes,
that's because they're just
Battle
going
Aces
for
is a
like
big reason
real
why.
stuff. Like they
Next
don't have
up,
any
Citizen
original
Saber
designs.
2.
Wait,
Yeah.
they had
Sorry.
some
Oh,
when
no,
even active aggression use a lot of real world stuff and prototypes, and such, and it also just kind of looked like shit.
Also, I know people say, Dawn of War 3 was not gritty enough, but like, it looked good. It has more detail and still try to be more, you know, looking like the models on a...
Mika, and then he just swoops in and steals it.
Oh god, come on, stop being unfunny. And, you know, even then it has more detail in that shit.
Yeah, why would it be?
Okay, great.
Why have they like undone all the buttons on our shirts?
I don't know.
Day 9 and
So I guess people can look into her cleavage?
left after
It looks so
Look,
skeevy.
Mika, we
What?
can all hear your thoughts.
What? How?
Well, yeah, you
It looks so
recorded them
skeevy.
earlier, you know, in the
Yeah.
voiceover studio. I mean, that's the audio that's getting piped into the studio right now. Guys, can we go ahead and mute 003 Mika's internal rage.wave right now?
You got it, Sean.
I'm sorry, I just
Yeah, no,
I
Claire.
wanted
Most
to
people
introduce the
copy it
trailer. I
because
like the
they have
picture.
some weird idea of how StarCraft 2 looks like, even though StarCraft 2 looks nothing like that.
You've lost your memory and there's a bounty.
And the rest is just, yeah, they're trying to copy some weird Blizzard
Hey,
look,
wait, hold on,
supposedly.
hold on. Where
And
are
it
my
just looks like
events?
ass.
Sorry, Sean.
I mean, the RTS is probably also ass, but still.
All right, well, just play that, I guess.
Well, as I was saying, you've lost your memory.
Can you just stop being unfunny for 1 second?
This bit was not.
Oh, forget it. Just
I
keep
know,
the dang thing.
Yeah,
I know what they
my
do.
exact
In all
thought.
of its uninterrupted glory, here's our first ever look at the gameplay in Citizen
That bit was
Sleeper
running
2,
way too
which
long.
I got to
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Every bit
I know
they
they,
do,
I know they want to do this bit of being unfunny, but you still have to be funny unfunny.
Wake up, sleeper.
Yeah, like they have all their bits. They're like they could be kind of okay if they were like 10 seconds, maybe, but they go on for way too fucking long. Every single bit they do just goes from being unfunny to just being unfunny.
You know what they should have done? They should have hired either a writer or a comedian to like do the bits. Both, ideally, actually.
For a moment.
You know what? They could even make this into a bit, like hire someone like, I don't know.
Suddenly.
Do you know what? Conan O'Brien, maybe. He's cringe, but he wrote some of the best Simpsons episodes. He could probably make a good script.
We've secured
And he
the
could,
contract.
and he even has
Let's
a,
talk.
he has on his own show a
How
bit
about
about gaming, so he could
was
even
Andy
fit
with that
into
drone?
that,
Stop the whole thing blowing up.
And this was an idea, Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that Conan O'Brien is an active gamer.
Again, just ask him. He would probably even do that for free, maybe.
Yeah, he probably would do it for free.
Yeah, but like,
there's like contract rules and stuff.
Yeah, okay, but he would do it probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would do it.
He would want to do it at the very least.
Nothing in the belt ever runs smooth.
I will say, the chat in this is a lot better than the chat the other day.
Yeah.
At least I'm not seeing exclamation point Warframe the entire time.
Exclamation point drop.
No.
Okay.
Oh.
And there's fishing, obviously.
Oh.
Okay.
Unreal 2.
Nice.
Huh. Map editor. I haven't played the first game.
Unreal might be an
it's fun.
interesting game to play on stream.
Yeah, I absolutely would. Yeah. Yeah, I've played it a bit, but with some other people, but only like I think once, and I haven't wanted to play it more again. Wait,
What?
this is Space Station 13.
What? Yeah. Oh, wait. It is.
It straight up is. Is Space Station 14 finally
That
showing
would be
some?
amazing.
I haven't played
We should
SS13
definitely
in
play
long.
that if it is.
Oh, yeah, I haven't played SS13 in ages. That was great. I was so bad at it, but I loved it so much.
No one is good at it.
It's very robust.
Space Station 14. Oh yeah, we open source.
There we go.
Yes. Okay, we actually need to play it on stream.
Wish you could keep
It's
track of all
amazing.
the
That
games you're
game.
seeing on the PC Gaming Show? Well, that's exactly what wishlists are for. The PC Gaming Show Steam page is a one-stop shop where you can fill up your wish list with every single game we're featuring on our show. Make it quick, though. We've got an unbeatable trailer coming up. That's no exaggeration. It really is unbeatable.
I've requested access to the Space Station 14 playtest.
Okay, yeah, you know what?
It's just the one button on the Steam page.
Yeah, Space Station 14, and it's for free. Yes. I'm in.
I say the lines, the syllables, got it memorized so I can make you stop.
You should all do that.
Yes.
Okay.
She saw it, by the way.
Yes.
Oh, I got it. I got access.
Yeah, it's open source test. We need more hot girls. Anyway.
A rhythm game.
Oh, okay. I was almost hoping for a River City Girls like. I actually forgot to get that one. Oh.
They did the invincible thing. They did the invincible title card thing.
Yeah.
That's funny.
A game where music is illegal and you do crimes. Now there's a
Also they're beating them with beats. So
yes.
Okay. Britta. No, oh, that's a character. Really, the elf is called Gustav? He's not schwer though. Okay. Oh. So I guess this is another metal game that is not as metal as Brutal Legend. And Brutal Legend was an RTS weird thing.
Odin Fall.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Core Keeper. It's neat. Just, it was very tedious.
A comment in the streams chat asking like what games required a intense graphic card, and not many.
Yeah.
At least I assume not many, so that's a good thing. I wonder if this was like if this is a result of the industry, of like the shortage of the industry responding to the shortages a couple of years.
To a degree, but this one is this isn't early access for a long time now.
Oh no, I don't mean like this one specifically. I just mean like in general that there aren't very many graphics heavy.
That is true to a degree, because like you usually need well, it depends. For a lot of people this is just a style choice. Like there are graphics heavy games out there.
This is just a lot of like indies and small companies, and like the really big graphical stuff that's like
That's
at this
usually
point,
large companies.
yeah, and those have their own. Those usually have their own.
1.0
goes.
launch and
Although you are
Twin
seeing
Stick Shooters
capabilities
Openfall
from
coming to early
indies to
access
do
later this year.
high graphics
Okay,
detail
I mean,
stuff.
most indies that have that
Stuff
made
with Unreal Engine and so on.
Yeah, I mean, most high-quality graphic games have, you know,
It's
more
hard
simple
to think of a
textures
better
and stuff.
combination than the team
When they are
behind the
3D,
gloriously gory
and the
medieval
rest is
warfare
usually,
slasher
oh hey, we've
Chivalry
already
2,
been,
classic
you know, a
zombie
big
survival
studio
horror
before,
game
like,
that started out
for
as a
I mean, I'll
example,
put at Manor Wards again and be
Brace
like,
yourself
that's
for
some
8-player
pretty decent
co-op
detail
permadeath
there,
and the
especially
terrifying
considering it's just
cinematic
one guy.
experience of No More Room in Hell.
like, for example,
Let's take a
back,
look.
you know, 10 years ago when, you know, Hellblade,
you're
the
gonna wanna
first
sit
one
down for
came
this.
out,
But I
they were like,
just
look
stood
how
up.
we made these graphics, but like, you've been building up your tech and experience with, you know, Capcom money and shit. Just saying.
No More Room in Hell 2 is a permadeath horror co-op game.
You start with a flashlight with no weapons, and you're exploring in the dark, and you're trying to find your first
Yeah,
friend and your
I'm
first
not
weapons to
interested.
get some safety.
Sorry.
You find more gear, you find more people. It's suddenly 4 players, 6 players, 8 players, up to that final showdown at the power plant, where hordes of zombies are pouring in and are using explosives and assault rifles to overcome that final challenge.
Like,
You know, I kind of get where they're coming from the like gameplay design perspective, where you're getting some of like the
We're looking at how do we
parts
deliver
of
the
like
Hollywood
say
cinematic
battle royales that are fun,
experiences. You know, how
where
do we
you
put you in a
find
place that
other
you've never been
players
before,
and
but you've always wanted
you
to.
have like
It's
some
like
kind of
co-op game with
confrontation of sorts,
consequences.
but
The fun becomes how long
they make
can
it
I
a
survive
more
zombie
PvE, but they make it a PvE game instead, and so it's all about finding your allies.
Yeah,
in
that's
time
interesting.
to
Yeah,
win
maybe
the
it could be
round.
fun.
It's honestly it's a really good concept.
Somewhere in
I don't know if the
Scandinavia.
execution. I don't know if the execution is quite going to be there for that game or design.
What the fuck is going on in Scandinavia in the 70s?
Bunkers.
I guess. It's weird how much survival or you know post-apocalyptic shit is set in Scandinavia recently, just in the 70s or so, which is like, the fuck are they doing up there?
I mean, it was a semi-urban. It was not an. It had a. It was kind of like a.
I mean, no, it's more like
A lot of unexplored land.
why do so many devs set their these kind of games in Scandinavia in like the 70s or 80s? It's like, what is the cultural reason for doing that?
I mean, aren't a lot of them Scandinavian themselves?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
like,
that's what I was assuming.
okay, but like, why? What the fuck?
Oh my god!
I
love that.
Oh, what the fuck? A
Yeah.
moose pulling a carriage? That doesn't happen.
And a turret with a turret.
What? You blow
Moose
the moose?
tachanka. It's a moose tachanka.
Honestly, that is the funniest. That is the funniest and most amazing thing
I
I've
mean,
seen.
it was already weird, but also like, what the fuck? What is going on in the game anyway? EDS2? What?
I saw open furniture mode.
What?
Stress.
What is that? Okay.
Oh, it's games?
Was it multiple games?
Yeah, I think so. Because the UI changed.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, yeah, that was all one game in the 3D.
Oh, okay.
And they went to the 2D game. The first game looked kind of like a survival.
Yeah, survival
Yes,
crash
yes.
building. Yeah. This is cultist simulator. Well, not this one, but the previous one was well, not cultist simulator literally, like a cultist simulator, like.
Mm-hmm.
Like very
Oh,
much with like
weird
the
boom
rotate
shoot
the yeah, like with the rotating timers and everything. That was just clearly
Yeah.
just cultist simulator.
Sorry, indie game. Sorry, indie
They
games.
need to pull it. They need to pull in merge.
I'm gonna reiterate what Rock Paper Shotgun said.
Yeah.
It's a mashup of genres that doesn't need to exist.
Yeah. I guess we can say one thing. Just the ban on deck builders for like a decade, please.
or like it is a game that can exist because its
This-
failure will show that finally it will kill the whole thing.
Conceptually, conceptually it gives off similar vibes to what's it called? Sonic Riders.
A bit. What the? Okay. Main thing is how does it play? But then you could still do hoverboards, I guess. Why are they running?
This is gritty cyberpunk Fall Guys Mario Kart.
I guess. I can never get into this kind of game. It always feels like the equivalent of eating 2 bags of crisps instead of a meal. I guess, yeah.
It seems interesting. Like,
At least
yeah.
parkour
Oh god.
in
From a
Desperate
game
66.
design
And here I thought the
perspective,
worst thing that could happen while jogging is jogging.
The concept is
now,
fascinating.
You've heard of motorbikes and motorboats, but how about motor brooms? In Crescent County,
Because it looks like
you
it's
can
an
escape
an
the
attrition
beautiful
type
and
gameplay.
wholesome island of witches, where you don't just fly around on boring old wooden brooms. You suit them up, trick them out, and use them for drifting, racing, and running a high-speed delivery service. Let's take a visit to Crescent County.
So I was wondering what they were going to call them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought it was about something older. No, I think you meant deck builders. Why does it have motorbike sounds?
Because they're called motor brooms. I guess they've got an engine somewhere on the broom.
Yes.
Oh my god, it's got a horn.
They kiss.
I guess. Yeah, that's what made it at least positive.
Now I'm beyond lucky to be joined by Crescent County's creative director, Anna Hollenreich. Anna, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. I am so excited to be here.
Now that was a lovely trailer.
You know what? That's good. Witch is gay. Good. Very good.
It's kind of if you imagine Kiki's Delivery Service meets the Bikes of Kira, set on a rural witch tech island.
Yeah, she had to mention Kiki's Delivery Service. Really?
And I'm really interested in the
I
question
was
of how
waiting
does
for them
it
to mention it.
How does a place become yours?
I saw
One
it
day
from the
you're
very beginning.
driving around
They
the
were
island
going to
making
mention
deliveries to the
Kiki's.
locals.
Is this
And
gonna
by
be
night,
about
racing around the
depression
island
or
with the
not?
Characters that you've befriended along the way.
I mean, it looks like it's got a
or,
story.
I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
you want to get one of the characters to date you, but you need a bed frame because they have self-respect. I believe me.
That was a line.
Personal experience.
That was a line.
It's so real. Okay, so talk to me a little bit about where the idea for Crescent County came from.
It's inspired by my first ever proper video games job where I moved to the Isle of Wight.
Yeah.
I couldn't stop doing this witch tech mashup. I couldn't stop drawing it. I was going to Comic-Cons. I was selling art about it. And I've been working in big teams on things like Fall Guys. But I knew that if I didn't launch myself out into the unknown, I would never forgive myself.
So you're taking this.
I like her
big leap
hair.
into making
Oh,
this
yeah.
game, and it's in the cozy genre. What sets your game apart?
Fuck you. Cozy's
yeah,
the genre.
That's also a vibe I got.
Got
Yeah.
Underground Motorroom Street Racing in it.
Because
I
like,
really love
just
genre
make it about
mashups. I
something
think that
honest,
they're
but
so
not
interesting.
just if you
And I
don't
love
have
making
any
worlds that feel warm
point
and
to your
lived
story,
in and loved, where
just
people
everyone
feel,
just
you know,
vibes.
relaxed,
You're not making a
safe.
story,
But
and you
also,
should.
if you want to amp
And
things
you
up,
should
can
not
trick
be
out the
about
motor
Kiki,
room to the point
who's
where you're
like,
almost
yes,
flying
she's
and
definitely
smashing
kind of
with your
gay,
friends with all your
but
social
also she had to deal with
What about it
depression.
excites you the most, though?
we're really interested in.
Oh yeah, it's a whole story about depression and burnout. I guess we make a
relaxing
cozy
to drive
game.
around, but also
Just the
hiding all of
vibes,
these
just the
little
aesthetic.
shortcuts
Yeah.
and jumps
Studio
and
Ghibli, you know,
Yeah, Studio Ghibli,
like
you know,
social commentary, war, mental health, you know.
They should have gone for-
Do you know,
What they should have gone for, I think, is they should have focused
This game
on
means the absolute
like
world to us.
like
It's a
even
bit of my
harder.
heart, it's in my
It
soul,
looks like they should
and
focus
if
even
it
harder
interests
on
you,
like the
please
delivery service part of it, kind of making it a lit like.
Crescent County
And
looks
making it
amazing,
so that
Sean, and
it's like
just oozing
difficult
with charm.
for you to
I'm
survive.
definitely making room for it at the top of my list.
And that you have to like cut corners
and all the other great games you've seen
that
on
you
our
have
show
to kind of like
today, they're all
sacrifice yourself a
located
little
in
bit in
one
order
place, the
to
PC Gaming Show Steam.
make these deliveries work.
If the game doesn't have anything to be seeking respite from, it can't be cozy. I think a lot of people think, oh, you're seeking respite from reality, but also then, no.
The games that seek respite from reality are very. They have to be very specific.
Yeah.
And how, because otherwise you're just not creating something that does that. You're just creating something that.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, and also, like if a game's goal is just seeking respite from reality, like I seek respite from reality in games all the time. In games that have something going on, like they give me something else to do, like
yeah,
something
because...
more than just, oh, this is a respite from reality. Means nothing.
Yeah,
for me,
every game is a respite from reality. Say, we're making a game. Our goal is we will have gameplay.
Yeah. Also,
what
that's
are
not
my
the point.
genuine
Can I say one
respite
thing?
from reality? Warhammer 3, because
can I say one thing?
Yeah.
One of the things that I feel like is when you're just making a cozy game where not much is happening and say, oh yeah, it's respite from reality, then you're just trying to ignore that shit happens in reality.
Yeah, and that's also not. That's also saying that you have to have
what?
Like, not. You have to have like not stuff.
Wait,
stuff
there's
not
a G.I. Joe game?
Yeah.
Obviously, it's one of those SNES style games again.
I mean, you can't make a G.I. Joe game without it having some kind of like cultural throwback.
Yeah, I guess.
G.I. Joe was an era.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not here. So, LMAO. But yeah, it's just like, yeah, it's, oh, the horror's outside. Yeah, but if you just pretend like nothing exists, the world is fine, you're just not doing anything. It's just like,
for me, Warhammer Fantasy is my respite from reality. Not
point.
because it's like a cozy environment, but rather because it's so focused on what it is.
Yeah, also it's kind of,
and like there's such a singular aspect to each culture in there. There's depth. And
I mean, it's also kind of, it's kind of shit, but you can at least decide which kind of shit you want to rule the world.
Yeah, exactly.
Gives you some kind of power.
If everything
Cutesy games
is
that have no
shit,
peril
then
or emotional
something feels-
difficulty have no coziness. Yeah.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
The only time that those games have coziness is due completely to the story. And
Maybe we should actually start bullying some of the indie devs into never mention Ghibli again when they talk about coziness, just so that when they put cozy into their mouths, that everyone is like, oh, you're making a game without meaning.
This looks interesting to me.
Actually, yeah.
I mean, we didn't see too much in gameplay-wise, and it looks a little massive battle-y, but I can overlook some of those things because it does look like it's very interesting and detailed.
Okay. What?
This is
that looks interesting.
Definitely inspired by Papers, Please.
Yeah, but it's a bit weirder. I'm interested.
An authentic experience. I wouldn't want my experience to be unauthentic.
I don't know where to go, where to search for.
Didn't know that was an option.
Actually, Animal Crossing DS was also cozy when KK Slider played in the coffee shop. Yeah. Also, Animal Crossing was also that kind of game that everyone dropped after like a time, but even then it wasn't cozy. Everyone did slave trading in that. big muscular red cat girl.
What was that game again?
Cat
Kingdom
Quest.
something?
Renaissance
Renaissance
Kingdom Wars.
Kingdom Wars. That's the one, yeah. I will look into that a bit more later.
We could play some Space Station 14 later. After show's over like one round. And let's just see how chaotic it is.
Sure. I mean, I have zero idea what I'm doing in that game.
Me neither. It's just Space Station 14 is like if Among Us was just fucking insane. Because basically you're in a space station and you have to manage that space station, and depending on what kind of scenario you're in, there could be aliens. Or someone
also,
who...
everybody
Hello, my name
is
Nicole
is
Heat,
a
and I'm
player.
working with Nereal and Devolver Digital
you
to
have
make
your
the
job,
world's first
and also
first-person shooter, the Crush House. So in the game, you've been hired to
Wait,
produce
they're calling it first-person shooter.
Film the drama and give the audience what they're thirsty for.
This is
But
a first-person shooter?
Never
First-person shooter.
Oh! Oh my god.
Because you're filming
Alright,
them.
we've got the divorced dads.
Girls
They
for
wanna
girls,
see
and the logo is a
romances, meat
carabiner.
on the grill, strong male emotions, you know, divorced dads. And the
Oh.
fish freaks are here. We've earned money from ads, so let's put some fish in the tank for them. This is normal for reality TV. And the film students are watching, and they want to see all of this at a Dutch angle, of course. Hold on. But guys in the chat, let's see what they have to say. Pants are a prison for the ass, if that's what you want, Sir Mix-a-Lot. You know, if we combo all the different things that they want to
I
see
love how
in
she's
frame
saying all this with a
together,
straight face.
the
Yeah.
ratings will go up even more. Chat is loving it. And no matter how crazy the audience requests are, we have to satisfy them, or else the show will
You know what this
be
reminds me?
canceled.
This reminds me of content. Please. Or
Don't
whatever
worry
it's
if
called.
things
Content
do
something.
go wrong.
Yeah?
This is reality TV after all.
Content warning.
Just pick a new
Content
cast,
warning, yeah.
start
But like
the season over,
PvE.
and
I need to play
this
that with some
time
people.
We'll
Girls
make it to the
kissing.
series
PvE
finale
and,
of the Crush House.
Instead
Okay, this
of
actually
going
looks
down-
interesting.
Yeah.
It's more interesting than we assumed it was.
Yeah.
Also, first-person shooter is like... Sorry, you get a bonus point for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, like was that with Space Station 13 or 14?
14.
Yeah. I mean, like I played 13. 14 is basically the same. It's just updated. So, is
Oh, it's an Animal Crossing, like, I
Carry
guess.
over.
I think I've seen like one video of Space Station gameplay.
13. Yeah, I've played it a decent bit for a while, ages ago. The one thing that will make it a bit harder to stream, like you're not supposed to like communicate outside of the game, is there's like no meta thing, no meta communication, no meta. That sort of like destroys the game for everyone. So it is possible to stream, but if you're streaming with people, then they won't be in stream or chat. And it's it like Among Us is very definitely like inspired by Space Station 13.
Definitely. Like one part of it, actually.
Yeah, small part, but yeah.
I only have a new idea for cozy game rules. Something in the game that can only be cozy with something that would be cozy in real life.
Trucker game.
Star
Trucker. Oh my god.
I guess. So this is EVE Online.
No, you know you have Euro Truck Simulator and American Truck Simulator.
no.
This is Space.
Yeah, but like in EVE Online, there are literally people who only haul shit.
Yeah,
That's
I
their
know,
own
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Fair. Honestly, that is cozy to a degree.
Yeah, so like
That-
this
I-
was kind
you
of.
know what? I'm giving space trucking actually a pass for being cozy because it's trucking. Okay.
Yeah.
September 3rd. Okay.
Coming up in the PC Gaming Show.
Okay. Oh, another cozy game. That's literally that's just Mononoke.
Spirited Away.
Just straight up ripped.
Yeah.
Oh. I don't want to shit on indies too much, but holy shit, some of them just don't have any ideas.
Yeah.
This is
Trust
part.
me
This is
when
part
I
of
say
why I have
I
a little
know
bit of
what it's like to
disdain
wait for a
towards
big release to
indie
arrive.
developers.
This particular
Is
download
that
has
there's
been
so,
queuing for months.
at least in modern times, there
Fans
are
of extraction
so
shooters,
many
and
of
I'm
them
talking
that are
about
just
the
kind of like
extraction
cookie
shooter, the one that
cutter,
kicked off an entirely
trying to
new
grift a
genre,
bit.
don't have much longer to wait.
Let me put it
Multiplayer
a
FPS
bit.
Escape
Let me
from
put it a
Tarkov has
bit
been in
better.
beta since 2017, but
You
is
know,
now
indie
preparing
devs
for its
can
heralded
be some of the
1.0
most
release. Here's a look at
inspiring
what's
and
coming
weird,
when the
you know, source of
granddaddy
creativity in the
extraction
world.
shooters goes gold.
You know, in the gaming sphere, just because they're not bound by anyone. Sure, sometimes a big corp can just stand behind a unique idea. But anyway, the thing is, usually, you know, usually indie games can be unshackled, and like, you know, the GZ Doom revival is like the GZ Doom games. They're great. Waves Offline, hello. There's you know, there's just there's a lot of creativity out there. You know, great games like on the shooter scene. There's like Turbo Overkill and stuff. Selaco's just bonkers and could probably only be made as an indie game. But the vast majority of people in indies, they're just copying stuff that's, you know, popular because they want to make money. And that's understandable, but it shows that, you know, indie isn't a direct guarantee for good game. A lot of times it just means someone, you know, someone wants to pay the bills, and so they're just jumping on a train to make money. It's the same how Bloober Team needed to pay the bills, so they, you know, made some slapdash indie horror, and now they need to convince everyone that they're actually horror fans. How's it going? Pretty alright so far. Wait, that's Escape from Tarkov?
Yeah.
Oh, the game that costs $200 bucks and gives you an okay. So yeah, a lot of indie devs just, you know, do shit. They, you know, they're like, oh, I just kind of want to do the same. Like, you know, like a lot of major devs want to, and they think like, oh, my version could be better, and then, you know, it's just, or, you know, it's just trying to pay the bills, so they make something that they think is appealing. That also is just a very normal force. Not everyone would, you know, bank stuff on like a Sierra Adventure game tribute, which would have its own.
This is quite creative.
That is actually pretty cool. Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's a platformer. It has some Super Meat Boy vibes.
It's like they took a Super Meat Boy meets Sonic.
Yeah, a bit of Celeste as well, I think.
Exploded. Yeah. It's important to have solid ideas if you want. Yeah, but like, I mean, as we saw with, for example, a bunch of those RTS games, a lot of them are just like, oh yeah, we're copying stuff from Blizzard, and it's like, again, solid ideas are important, and you know who to market it to. But again, a lot of indies are not, you know, the creative, you know, the super creative pool. That's the thing. Great man theory is wrong, but there is definitely a big gradient between people, you know, who know how to design and iterate on concepts versus those who can just make solid games. It's both kind of true, you know?
Like, don't get me wrong, I like having a lot of... I love when there's an amazing or fascinating game concept out there. I think that there is so much need for the standard kind of like just make money kind of game that's not anything super special, but it's just an enjoyable but it's still an enjoyable experience.
Oh yeah, sure.
I think that those games have an amazing place within the industry.
Yeah. Was it
It's very underrated.
No, I think
this
this
is
is. Yeah, I think this is one of those games that we already saw earlier a bit.
And then it's Red Orchestra. It's more of sort of yeah. So like this is just a very personal take that I think a lot of people overestimate what's indie devs do a lot of times, and for a lot of them I like card games, those deck building games. I just make my own.
Yeah, like I think like there's you just said a bit like with Blizzard devs just copying what they know. I think
RTS devs, like people that want to make
an
RTS game.
Like Blizzard, like
they also copy Command & Conquer a lot.
Yeah, I could make a card game with some printer paper and card methods.
Yeah, Bullet Bad Jack. See, that's a good game, by the way.
Yeah.
Also, can we, if you see it, the handler you have, it's not that. Where's she? Got the same looks. Yeah, she was. She's very hot, and I enjoy her because she's also kind of a bit like slightly insane. There's nothing wrong about copy-paste games as long as it's solely for practice purposes. However, it can become a problem when entering business. Yeah, we're mainly talking about we're mainly talking about games that doing deck building into everything where it kind of didn't belong to, honestly. And also, so many games saying, we are cozy, and then, quoting Ghibli. We literally had someone saying, oh, it's like, Kiki's delivery service. And like, oh, you mean the story about burnout and depression?
And also that there's RTS devs that are just trying to do Blizzard RTS.
And they just look so bland.
Yeah.
They just look so bland.
Yeah. What I was gonna say as well, like is her shirt is getting more and more open. It's very skeevy. Yeah, like her buttons are super
undone. Is this a joke?
I am allergic to shows nearing conclusion.
Yeah, like what I was going to say, like the you can have games that sort of copy things, or that like that sort of like try to be spiritual successors. But so often those games just completely misunderstand the games that they're riffing on, like the game that they're trying to base themselves on.
And she's completely wrong again. There's still a very obvious lack of action-adventure story games.
Yes, we need more Uncharted, honestly.
Sheer lack of them. There is
our generation
nothing like Uncharted
was to travel hundreds of years across the stars so we could build
I just see it and it makes me sad. Because I enjoy those types of games. I don't play them a whole lot, but I enjoy them.
Solution nearly wiped us out instead.
And
now it's
just like, okay, I guess there's no one creative enough to make a story like that.
Cannot repeat the past. In our ship's closed ecosystems, nothing can go to waste. Every bit of scrap needs to be salvaged, reclaimed, and repurposed into what we need to survive. Materials, food, water, air. We might not always work well with each other. We might squabble, we might stumble, but we are all we have. As we're building a balanced ecosystem, years will go by like minutes. We must adapt to each other and to the unknown. We're not just learning to build a sustainable future. Everyone on board is living their own story. And your story will be different from mine.
It looks interesting, yeah.
Can we escape the mistakes that drove us from our home? Because every
vertical farming is bullshit.
Now will determine if humanity...
I know
this game takes place on a generation ship, that's why.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's a completely closed system.
Yeah, I guess, but... Sorry.
What I hate about vertical farming is that people who like support it have co-opted it into the world of urban farming and make it look like urban farming is vertical farming, and they're different things. They can take place in the same setting, but urban farming is often making use of like low usage space in urban environments in order to produce
several hundred years. The thing is, urban environments should be human, walkable. You should have gardens and shit. The only thing currently where vertical farming is actually useful for is mushrooms. But we should actually pump out more mushrooms. Mushrooms are delicious as fuck. 24/7 mushroom pumping. Like, give me all the mushrooms. I love mushrooms. I want that, you know, we could buy 2 kilos of mushrooms for €2. That should be the future. And people are like, what? Why is mushrooms so cheap? Did you eat mushroom in your life? Do you enjoy living? Have you eaten it?
I can't stand mushroom.
Food, shelter, clean water, but there's kind of this unquestioned notion.
Zach, you just kind of ruined it. You just kind of ruined it.
Sorry.
But mushroom powder, yeah, you should make mushroom powder and put that into your food because it's just umami.
Growing and growing. Yeah. It's simply not
possible. You can make like dashi broth with mushroom.
You could marinate shit with that.
Element of the game for sure.
I've tried mushroom powder. It just doesn't.
At the industry around
it doesn't
all the
like taste good.
What are the returns for the next quarter? You know, we see
not when it's a problem.
Mix MSG and
by that single-minded focus on how can we.
Yeah, I don't know. I just I must have some kind of like anti-mushroom.
No, I know someone else who also has problems with mushrooms. It definitely is a consistency thing. I think certain, like especially people with some form of ADHD can have, you know, it's just the mouth feel.
ADHD, it's easy to have a very big mouth-like texture thing.
Yeah, and I think mushrooms are just this very unique texture. It's either you love it or, you know, something in just revolting. Like, I'm not blaming people.
Yeah.
Story elements there as well.
To me, I have that problem with basically every kind of berry
game state is all
and mushrooms and tomatoes.
Decisions that the player is making.
Yeah, I fucking love mushrooms. Like, oh god, I remember like the last time I visited my parents, I made dumplings because my mother was like, "Oh, you know how to make dumplings? You should show me." And I showed her, and I made one with mushroom filling, and she was just fucking addicted to it instantly.
Everyone's gonna play through the game, and at turn 15. This thing
it's actually kind of cool because, you know, you fry mushrooms in a pan. It's actually it's super simple. Mushrooms in a pan, bit salt, bit pepper, and onions, and then later you just blend that and then actually, you know, use that paste that comes out of that blender. You know, with a bit of
we're able to
maybe a bit of cornstarch and shit, just to you know, make a formula mass and mix your spices in your stuff, and then you use that to fill your dumplings, and you have a mushroom dumpling filling, and it's really delicious. So yeah, mushroom hack.
That you finish with.
I will say I am very hesitant towards narrative-based city builders. They're really awkward to get right.
Let me put it like this: the last one I played was Frostpunk, and don't get me wrong. First time playing Frostpunk,
like they got the formula right.
Like, here's the thing.
But even then, they struggled.
Yeah, the problem of Frostpunk is. It is designed around that first time play experience, and when you play it, it's really fucking cool because you're supposed to fail and try to struggle through it.
Yeah, that's the thing I like about Frostpunk, and what I think makes it a good game is that it's heavily developed around those first few runs, where you're learning the game, but once you master the game, you're kind of done.
Yeah, that's irony because I play a lot of city builders,
but I think
after I
that aisle and having like an endpoint of your gameplay, I think is benefiting to making the earlier phases of gameplay more fun. If that makes sense to you.
Yeah, I mean, for me it was, you know, after like halfway through the first playthrough, I kind of realized how the thing works. And then I started one of the scenarios, you know, where you have to protect seats, and I just literally, the side objective was, oh hey, can you save that other city that, you know, is just struggling? I literally fucking bankrolled them because I sat on so many resources. It was insane.
Yeah.
It's just
that's why with those types of games, I always use the scenarios to learn how to play. And if it still doesn't stick, I'll get to like whatever the sandbox one it is, and then I'll eventually, and even if I do learn, I'll eventually combine everything that I've learned and make the perfect city. And
like that's the irony.
I'll do it at least once.
That's the irony for me, because like it just kind of lost interest after that, because again, I just won the game. Every time I started now, I would create socialist Frost utopia, and the big problem is that I kind of still want to play the DLC scenarios because they sound interesting, But
so I will say the DLC scenarios are pretty decent, even if you've mastered them, even if you've mastered the base game, because they add in different situations and
also
like there's some. I'm
can we
seeing
just
what
say
you're
there's
seeing.
Baba
I
Yaga
understand.
house building? That was actually kind of cool. Yeah,
that does look cool.
That does look so cool.
We were too deep into that conversation for me to like comment on it, but I wanted to comment on that.
Yeah.
But anyways, the thing with narrative games is that it's really the narrative that develops how the game plays, and I think the DLCs did a good job of kind of not reinventing it, but crafting a scenario
It was interesting, you know.
Where it was interesting, even if you've mastered, even if you haven't mastered the game. It's still
what is my favorite game genre? Well, obviously, survival horror, boomer shooters, and I guess, yeah, RTS. For X Games also to do. We play Paradox games here on Fridays.
I'm the chaotic energy of genre favoring, where it's kind of like I don't favor a specific genre aside from like strategy, I guess, but even then it's kind of like I kind of just jump back and forth between everything.
Yeah, I'm just big into survival horror and stuff. I mean, I also play multiplayer FPS. I just am kind of that person who just you know, grew up with them. Yeah, it's really just this thing of I like. But you know, I also love city builders because I also grew up with Anno, you know, RTS, Anno. But yeah, survival horror, boomer shooters.
I grew up with the with SimCity 2000.
I had 2000 and 3000. Stealth adventure.
Also,
that's nice.
And also, I really grew up and developed with the old Tycoon games, like Mall Tycoon.
Oh yeah, Industry Tycoon 2. I wish the re-release had multiplayer. Cowards.
Yeah.
Industry Tycoon.
I am so disappointed that there's zero games in the last like 10 years, I think, that have been like Mall Tycoon 2.
Yeah, give us Industry Tycoon 3 with multiplayer. Let us just. Tactical Reach Wizards, yeah.
Not yours. Hers. The Black Ops Chronomancer. Her team of
Black Ops Chronomancer, and I like the police vest guy. That's funny.
Okay,
Caution, armed priest.
Platformers are like I
see every possible future.
Yeah.
This is funny.
The freelance Storm Witch, a private investigator whose mastery of lightning is devastating, unless her enemies aren't standing at her windows. The Necromantic.
Necromantic, yes, good.
When she lost her medical license, she can heal you, but she'll have to kill you first. The rebel
yeah, obviously.
Your heavy support. Faith is her armor. But she is also wearing actual armor. There's no
Faith is her armor, but also armor is her armor.
I love her outfit because honestly there was a riot skin in Heroes of the Storm for Johanna, and I made that character, so I just vibe with her, you know.
I like my breaching games, so I'm gonna take a look at that.
Yeah, that's true. I probably will also. So platformers are like yes and no. I do love some old, like I played Super Mario 64 on DS and on normal one. It's fun. I like them.
Like platformers, I'm not good at the fast-paced ones, and I struggle to learn them.
It's hit and miss, you know. Like for example, Jack and Dexter, I finished over 10 times, 100% of it. Like I love that game. It's just that's my vibe. I love Jack and Dexter 1. And 2 and 3 as well, so but yeah.
Do you also love lists with between 9
I played Limbo, but not Inside.
Is your day.
Yeah, so, but like the narrative city builders, I love Ixion. It's really great, but it really is about the narrative. Like you can replay it, but it is like it's less interesting. But it is a good.
That's actually exactly why I haven't bought Ixion.
Okay, when it comes, by the way, when it comes to platformers, Astrobot this fall, I'm very excited, and it's just platforming time. Astrobot. Astrobot.
Yeah. For Ixion, I'm waiting for it to go on like a really steep sale because I feel like I'm not going to get enough for the value out of it.
It is my greatest pleasure to announce that we just launched a new multiplayer demo
like, you probably will have to restart a couple times fairly early on. I had to, but once you know kind of the sort of gameplay loop, once you know what to prioritize,
it's on PlayStation 2,
then...
not on PS1.
Yeah.
Like at the very least with Frostpunk, I had a lot of it had a lot of bonus for me in that I enjoyed the.
Oh look, it's one of those
style.
crafting games again.
Mushroom themed though.
At least something. There's that you can live out your hate against mushrooms. Yeah, it was actually pretty cool because it had no loading screens. It was really advanced and still looks great, like amazing animations and shit. Oh, I should probably stream it one day if I get to it. I love that game. So good. It's such a classic, honestly.
Floating turtle islands. That's interesting.
Honestly, also cozy game vibes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Once more. Oh yeah, that
this game again.
Yeah.
I still think this is quite the innovative game.
It's a really cool idea,
Yeah.
because it's actually new. Yeah. That's the thing of, you know, someone had a really fun idea and made it, and it's technically also like just weird, you know. Oh god. Bring back Gex. Say Gex. Sorry, Say Gex will never die.
So they can go from the 2D to the enemies can go from 2D to 3D.
It's both at the same time.
Well, no, they attack you in one of the dimensions, and it can be either or.
I think they're in both at the same time.
They were in separate dimensions.
Yeah.
At least the one we saw.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like it was originally in the other dimension, but then it transferred into 3D dimension.
Oh, okay. I have no idea if this actually is going to be fun to play. It's just such a cool concept.
Yeah, it's technically interesting and very designed.
At the very minimum,
okay,
it's
Waves
going
Online.
to be a big
Waves
for-
Online. Don't dive too much into Seigex, okay? Please. No.
Or do, but
you know, if you enjoy it. But also like.
Oh, this one.
Yeah, this one. This is literally Chihiro, Spirited Away, sorry. In German it's called Chihiro's Reise ins Zauberland, which I cannot just have in my brain.
Also kind of low-key Treasure Planet.
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
Treasure Planet was a vibe. Treasure Planet's underrated.
Yeah. So it's a hot spring builder? So that is it. What if Spirited Away wasn't a horror story? Yeah, it's kind of wild that they apparently saw parts of Spirited Away and didn't think about what this thing was, you know, embodying. And now it's like, what if it's actually just a nice place?
Oh shit! What's the thing called? Shit. Do you know this is just taking everything from, not just Ghibli, but what's the game?
What?
Shit. No, there's a game that's kind of Ghibli style.
But yeah, just it's a Kickstarter even. Oh, okay. But yeah, if you
I forget.
I don't know if I even should explain.
Maybe
Seigex.
Howl. There was a scene where the character was like Howl.
That is graphic. Oh, the Chinese room.
Answer me back. You're fired. You hear me? Fired.
What?
Jesus, Gregor! Gregor!
Horror! Hello to Chinese room. I didn't expect to see another game from you and not someone that looks fucked up.
I mean, this looks like the kind of horror game where it's like you're observing most of the horror.
Yeah,
and just
sadly.
trying to walk out. Like, so as far as horror games, I don't really like horror games, but this is more of something that I would enjoy to see.
Yeah, it's I feel like why didn't they just add a gun?
Oh my god, it
just
does.
like you have horror,
Honestly, I
add
would
a
just
gun,
love to
add
manage
some
bed
weapon.
breakfast for alien
Just,
travelers.
oh yeah,
I just
what if I don't have
worry that
gun?
my
What just
quaint
then add
taste
something
and
like
timeless
nail
valence
gun
bedspreads
or
just might
pipe,
not be
and
suitable.
then
Well, here's the
but
thing,
then we
though,
just
if
would
you
make
add
it condemned. Like yes, make more condemned likes. Condemned is good.
That's at that point you're just making survival horror,
Bed and breakfast.
which doesn't seem to be the point of this type of game. which
Yeah,
is
but
not
survival horror is
survival
better.
aspect.
Oh, I know I do. And
That's
you know what
your
else
opinion.
I care a great deal about?
Survival horror
it's
is
the
better.
developers at the Chinese room getting back to their roots for more first-person horror. Still Wakes the Deep looks atmospheric as hell.
Hell,
and
survival
positively
horror is so
chilling.
much better that the newest Amnesia game is survival horror.
Speaking of chilling, get ready to side-scroll your way through a 2.5D post-apocalyptic zombie survival with Into the Dead.
Set in 1980s Texas, you are charged with gathering resources, managing party members, and crafting items, all whilst hordes of killer zombies try to chomp down on your brains.
And what's worst of all is that this is taking place during a scorching heat wave.
Oh my god, and as someone who lives in California, I can confirm that's way worse than zombies.
I feel you. I mean, my family's Irish. I get sunburned by the moon.
Okay, that was a good line.
Yeah.
Okay.
Every once in a while, there's some good stuff in these skits, but yeah.
I'm worried about this game. I feel like there might be too much going on.
Maybe.
Based off of like what they said. So there's not an easy way to manage it all.
Wait, is this War of Zombies?
Probably.
Because I just saw it and I was like, oh, this is a. It looks okay, yeah. It definitely is a This War of Mine like
Hi,
with
PCGaming
zombies.
Showcase. I'm Tanya from Kitfox Games, and I'm here to show you 3 different games today. So let's start with Dwarf Fortress.
Hi, I'm Zach Adams.
Ah.
And I'm
Oh, hey,
Brian,
Dwarf Fortress.
co-creators of
Dwarf Fortress. Dwarf Fortress, I played that. It's fun.
Open beta.
Yes.
And we'll be adding tutorials and demigods later
What?
this summer.
Yeah, this version
While
had
you're
so many
waiting,
problems at
you can
launch.
play
It's
Caves
like-
of Cud, the most intricate roguelike ever made.
Hello, we're Brian.
And
But they just showed out the Caves of Cud.
Caves of Cud.
And it's Caves of Cud.
15 years,
Woo!
the game is
I
getting
don't play that
1.0
because
release
I
later
tried
this
it and I screamed.
Today is the spring mobile.
I literally
All
screamed.
UI.
I can't play
Drink.
Caves of Cud.
And our final piece of news today is a whole new game to announce, a world premiere for the PC Gaming Showcase, Streets of Fortuna.
That's Roman. Oh, from Tan Adams, really?
How will you survive in Fortuna?
Procedural
City simulation?
Will you be a thief?
Wait.
Oh, you're living in a city.
This looks like one of those mobile ads games.
Smuggler?
Yeah.
An artist?
Level 100. Fuck.
Shit, you're right.
It's those mobile games.
Generated sandbox. Each citizen living their simulated life. Use
Honestly,
knowledge to your
this seems
advantage.
interesting.
Looks.
It does.
Yeah. It looks cool.
You know what? It's kind of like Sims, but done the way it
Live
should
your
be
other
done.
life.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
Streets of Fortuna.
That actually, I love that they just have now 3 weird simulationist games under their belt. That looks actually really cool. They almost had me. It was like, oh, Max.
Yeah. This is like Into the Breach RTS with World War II mechs, like with Iron Harvest.
I was
aesthetic.
like almost say I was almost they should announce Iron Harvest too. Just hopefully make it a bit better on launch.
I should actually
Overused
continue
art
playing Iron Harvest
style.
sometime.
Yeah. Wait.
Colonel Mustard in the dining room with the candlestick.
Didn't I just... What is this? What kind of adventure game?
It's a detective game, so...
It is weird, and I'm like, okay, intrigued. At least this art style is not overused at all. It's fucking ugly, but like, also weird. The Rise of the Golden Idol. Okay.
Interesting.
I'm down with that.
I will say, what we've seen so far today outpaces what we saw on Friday by a lot.
Now,
just like in the quantity of cutscenes.
Fair point. I think Friday had more announcements that people would be into, like again such stuff like Lego Horizons and stuff. There was really good stuff there, but it's this is just like a lot of indie games have good stuff, and this is really no XCOM.
Over the city. Suddenly, almost everyone was frozen. Just a few of us were left.
Not soldiers, just ordinary people.
You're not ordinary people. One of you has an alcohol addiction, so you get +2 vision, I guess. I don't know. I'm still waiting for one of these games to have. I'm still waiting for one of these games to have a tactical scope where the tactical scope is the weapon, and you literally just throw it.
Also, like that one person, like their fingers clip through the gun, like they were holding the gun, like if 2 centimeters to the right of that one too.
I think we jumped back in time.
There, yeah, the thumb through there.
Yeah. Cool idea.
Like,
you know what? Now I'm thinking like they should actually make like an XCOM game, but it's set in Soviet Russia, like during the 70s or so, and you only have the old weapons, and you have to scrape together a team from with the bare minimum you have, so the aliens just get tackled by a drunk guy. It would be funny. In general, I like tactics, and we're back to cozy. Why are there so many?
I mean, at least this one looks like it's kind of trying to do a little bit of...
It's Genshin, but also has farming.
Yeah.
It's kind of amazing how we all just collectively sigh so much. Oh, that looks like a trailer.
Parody.
Stardew Valley must pay for its crimes. Yes, fair point.
Yeah.
Oh, Trolls!
There are a couple games that have done like irreparable damage to the games industry, and I think Stardew Valley and First Note are 2 of them.
Yeah.
Like they're great. Like they're great games on their own, but because they were so good, they've ruined.
There are so many farming games right now. It's like
Used to be there were like 5.
And one of them was this farming simulator.
You know what pisses me off? It's like, oh look, they're copying farming games and shit. You know what I haven't seen in years, even though it would be doable for smaller studios? A Kid Icarus Uprising, like. If anyone's like, what do you think is the problem with video games? See, play Kid Icarus Uprising. You don't even need to be like, oh, but I have problems with the control. The controls suck ass. Don't ignore that. Focus on the energy that game has. That is what's missing.
The point of Kid Icarus' controls to be bad?
No, it's a 3DS game, and they were supposed to use the stylus. This was actually really cool, yeah. It sucks ass because of the system it is, and they never ported it. The game itself is fucking amazing. Like it's a rail shooter with like talking music, energy. It's amazing, and then you have a level where you actually explore, walk around, beat more enemies. Then there's a boss fight at the end of each level. It's really fucking cool.
Here's our Breath of the Wild like.
I hate that you're right with that. Okay, that's with that art style again.
About the,
and they have Grace Bro.
Yep. I'm blaming Fallout 4 and Fortnite on this.
Honestly, that was before that in survival games. That was Minecraft still. That was Minecraft.
Yeah, I guess. But Fallout, Fortnite was definitely with like the planning stuff. That is like pretend planning actually.
Dead Cells. These
the way it should work, honestly, is that you actually plan out the whole thing, then you gather the resources, then you build it all at once.
They train up and become fearless warriors to fight back in an attempt.
Like you activate the plan, I guess.
Using a cool thruster, you can dash at lightning speed, letting you dart across the stage, dodge out of enemy attacks, find new areas and
I think like the survival crafting,
be able to equip different
home builder type stuff is done wrong.
Switching weapons at the end of a combo,
like as a gameplay concept.
Yeah, I'm also left-handed, so that sucks.
Meaning you can mix your builds with
they need to have some stick control or gyro aim if they ever ported. Fucking port Kick Icarus Uprising, Nintendo, you utter cowards.
So join us on Steam.
They can't handle like good games on their platform.
See you soon in Windwell.
You see, I'm right-handed, so all I can say is get good.
Fuck you.
Folks, we are in the final stretch of the 10th anniversary PC Gaming Show, but that doesn't mean we are winding down. We are, in fact, amping up.
That's right! We're wrapping things up today with not one, but 2 world premiere trailers in a row.
Okay.
It's like buy one,
hey,
get one free
you also want to
premiere.
join Space Station 14,
Sean,
maybe?
That coupon expired in 1989.
It's kind of everyone is on the space station and Brandon has its own job to do, but it's weird. You have to sign up on Steam and soon over here.
Free world premiere.
Look at this guy! Thanks to Sean's Grandmaster level card play, let's check out 2 big world premiere trailers to cap off our show.
Yeah, so it's done.
Okay.
That looks at least interesting.
I have to beat the clouds.
Okay, another cult game.
Because the lamb was so popular.
I kind of hate the fact that this is.
What were you gonna say?
It's kind of sad that we can just look at that to a degree.
Zach, what were you gonna say?
It's just like, I mean, gameplay looks slightly different, but yeah, this is basically
even the art style is.
Watch it have Twitch integration.
Watch it have Twitch integration is like such a savage line, honestly. It's not wrong, it's just ow. But see?
Also, when you make a game that's designed around Twitch integration, you're literally limiting who can play the game.
Yeah.
That's Cult of the Lamb's like main weakness.
But this looks at least interesting.
Gunboat God.
Kind of Vlambeer vibes. Like what was it? That one game, Luftrousers.
Oh yeah.
The upgrading kind of reminds me a little bit of, like the upgrading and map style upgrades kind of reminds me of Bubble Tanks a bit.
Oh, I haven't played that game in ages.
Yeah, you know what? There was a game that was like, I want to say I played it like 15 years ago, I think, and it was, it had the boat that transformed into a sub that would transform into a plane, and so on. It was a side-scroller, it had some fighting, some combat, some dodging. I forget what it was exactly, but it was...
Wasn't that a mini-game inside of Spy Fox?
And And if this is your first
Maybe
time
you know what it was.
Yeah,
It was.
because I played it.
20 more times. Make up for all the ones you've missed and for the future ones.
That's 100%.
It all comes back to Spy Fox.
Right, and the
Yes,
punch
it's fucking. It's fucking Spy Fox. Spy Fox is good.
Captain of the watch party, the amazing
Spy Fox is
Frankie
legitimately good.
Guys, it's been a great show, and I had an
I wish we could have more
blast.
games like Spy Fox.
Before we go, we also want to give a huge thank you to all the game developers, artists,
Because
designers,
I feel like the
writers,
games,
voice actors,
so
and
the
everyone
games
else out
that
there
have
working
been
so
point and
hard
click
day after day to
in that
create games
in that
we
manner,
play and love. We appreciate
I think they
every single
narratively
one of you.
suffer because they try to not be for all ages in their targeting.
Yeah.
Like they try too hard to not.
Thank you so
And,
much again, everyone. and we'll
because of
see you
that, they
again in November
they
for
suffer
the
from
PC
a
Gaming
narrative
Show
point of view
Most
because
Wanted.
they
Heck yeah.
just don't have much grounding them narratively, like in any reality.
Yeah.
Oh, that's other
Bye.
Oh, wow,
Bye.
So,
Bye now.
there.
Bye.
You want to try the call?
Fantasy world, post-apocalyptic vibes. Let's go back.
So-
Get this camera away from me.
All right, I gotta go feed the dogs. I'll be back in a
In a
little
second?
bit.
Okay, yeah. Cool.
Yeah, just a few
Also
minutes.
I'll be back in a little bit.
Okay, sure. Then we get some people on here for that. Yeah, let's install Space Station 14 and Space Clone's great. So everyone, don't go away. Don't go away. We are literally going to be back in a second.